This is the Mohawk Hockey Talk podcast. I am Joe Malone, and we're joined by the head coach of the Mohawk hockey team, Brad Bissig, and captain of the varsity team, Jacob Miller. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Joe.
Now, let's start with JV. JV started off hot and continued playing that way all weekend last weekend. 2-1 win and a 5-0 win versus Dubuque. Your thoughts on the performance of the JV team?
Yeah, I thought those guys came out well prepared. I thought little to know what to expect coming into the year, but those guys are all competitors. I thought we started well. Coming out with 2 wins opening the year. The goalie played very well in front of him. Colby Armstrong's a junior, so we kind of have that experience back there to kind of help lead the way, but I thought a lot of guys stepped up.
And 6 different players scoring those 7 goals for the JV team over the weekend.
Yeah, and I think if I counted correct, I think every one of those 6 guys got their first high school goal this weekend. Even the upperclassmen, some of the sophomores that scored, it was their first high school goal of their career. So to start that off on the weekend is an awesome performance as well.
Now, does that mean you have to have extra pucks on ice for these first couple of games of the season because you're taping them up?
Unfortunately, yes, Joe, it does. It is a fun little thing to do. We do like to give out those memories to the kids for their first goal of their high school career. Also, the first varsity goal that they get in their career, we like to tape that one up for them too. So yeah, we do have a couple extra on hand that we like to give away. We do like to give them away.
Now, let's move on to varsity. After JV had the 2-1 win on Saturday, varsity comes in and puts up 4 goals in the first. Gave up 2, but still, 4 goals in the first shift of first period of the season. You got to be excited about that.
Yeah, super proud of the way they played. All weekend, really. Obviously, we had our ups and our downs, but that first period, that's what I expect out of this group. Night in and night out, that's what I expect. Now we just have to fine-tune things, figure out things, how to play the complete game, second period, third period, power play, penalty kill, the ins and the outs. But the way we started that game, it is the way that we should play it night in and night out.
Now, after a 4-2 first period, we'll move over here to Captain Jacob Miller. It was pretty much Dubuque up until you scored the game-tying goal in the last couple of minutes of the third period. What changed between the first to the second and third periods on Saturday?
I feel like that we made a lot of mistakes, penalties-wise, and that killed us in the long run. As a team, we got to work on penalty kill and making sure we're blocking shots, getting where we need to be, picking up guys, and getting pucks deep.
Now, how about for your first game of the season, first regular season game, going into overtime? It's like, okay, let's amp up the pressure a little bit more. What is it like going into that situation?
Adrenaline's high. You got your student section. They're hyping you up. You got people that want to see you win, but it's totally different from first 3 periods. Overtime's just completely different.
Now, let's talk about that student section. I'm glad you brought that up. That was awesome. That way, we were sitting behind them for a good chunk of the game. If that could happen more regularly, what would that mean to the team?
It'd mean a lot. If we had a student section like that every game, I feel like it makes us want to play even harder and makes us work for what we want. It'd be awesome to have them out there. Even on away games, it'd be crazy to see Mason City kids and kids around this area come to these games outside of town.
And they were getting into Dubuque's head a little bit because when Dubuque scored that game winner, where'd they go celebrate? Right in front of the student section. So, next time it's the Mohawks' turn.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, let's talk about Saturday. It was a 5-2 game, and that went Dubuque's way. Again, the second period was the rough spot in that one with 3 goals being scored. What is it about that second period that is tough to play defense in, or what's going on there?
I think we come out so hard in the first that we just waste all of our energy, recoup in the third, and the second we're just drained by the first to the second. So we got to come out strong all 3 periods and make sure we finish games.
Now, it looked from my vantage point, granted I'm sitting in the stands, but it looked like there was a lot of chances. There was a lot of opportunities in both those games for varsity, whether it was the puck being just a foot too far in front of a player or the net was there but the shot just hit the post. Did you see that as well on the ice?
Oh, for sure. There was a lot of chances we all had, but, some people may have scored, but called it off because the net was off.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But now let's talk about what is next here. Cedar Rapids, they are 0-2. They're playing Waterloo, actually, right now as we're recording this podcast. They've got 5 goals on the season. They have the most penalty minutes out of anybody that's played, 61. So they're going to be playing physical, I'm guessing, is one way to put that. How do you deal with that?
I think knowing that they take a lot of penalty minutes, we got to make sure we're working on the power play pretty hard, make sure we're getting the puck in the net. That way we can capitalize on those opportunities.
Now, I noticed, too, going back to Coach Bissig, that Cedar Rapids has been playing JV, or varsity first, JV second for all 3 of their games. Is that home team's choice, or how does that work out that way?
Yeah, the home team has the call on that, whether they want to play varsity first or they want to play JV first. We've done that in the past. I think you see some of the teams that might have a few less guys, a few more guys that have to play both ways, JV and varsity. They want to put more emphasis on the varsity side of things, so they play those games first so the guys aren't as tired. Now, I don't know what the reasoning is before. Maybe it's the time of the games or whatever. They want to get people there at the start and then maybe try to hold them on at the end. But that's just home team's preference.
And it'll be JV, then varsity for the Mohawks versus Cedar Rapids this Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we since I took over, we switched back to playing JV first. I think that's kind of how it goes. I think the older guys get to have the crowd. I mean, the varsity guys get to come and watch and hang out and relax and soak up kind of the moment and then get ready to play the aftermath of the kind of the opening show or whatever, you know what I mean? They're not the opening cast. They're the
headliners.
The headliners.
Yes. So
we let them play at the 7 o'clock time slot.
Okay. Well, Coach and Captain, thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.